We got some breaking news. Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes. And today's story, we got CNBC host Jim Cramer looking to back Nelson Peltz in the upcoming proxy fight. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We've all heard about this before. Nelson Peltz and as well as Trian are looking to get on the board with a few other nominees and everything to go ahead and get more people involved in everything. Just go ahead and turn things around at Disney. Okay, so Jim Cramer, who looks after investments for the club and holds Disney shares, is throwing his weight behind Nelson Peltz in his bid to get a spot on Disney's board. During a meeting in New York, Jim made it clear he's voting for Peltz and Jay Rasulo, a former Disney CEO, to join Disney's board. Now, he thinks these two will make sure Disney's leaders are held to account, pushing for changes that could fix the business and improve Disney stock performance, which hasn't been doing too well. Now, when he says that, he makes sure that the Disney leaders are held to account, what he means is that he wants to make sure that no one else is trying to be another yes man for Bob Iger. Okay, so Bob Iger handpicked his own people for his board and everything, so that way they could go along with everything that he says, everything he does, as well as say yes to everything he wants to say the yes to, and have them to do everything that he bids them to do. Okay, so Disney, on the other hand, is asking for its shareholders to vote for its chosen 12 nominees instead. The big meeting where all of this will be decided is set for April 3rd, and only shareholders who were on the books by February 5th can have their say. Dang it. That means I can't be a part of it. Frick. Anyway, Jim respects the current board members on their own, but feels they're not cutting it when they work together. Now, he's also concerned they don't own enough Disney stock to really feel the urgency to turn Disney around. Okay, so Peltz doesn't have this problem, being the biggest single shareholder of Disney stock, with shares worth about $3 billion. Now, Jim recently met with Ike Perlmutter, a big name at Marvel Entertainment, who is now backing Peltz, to understand his goals. Perlmutter, who sold Marvel to Disney and it was later let go, wants the company's stock to rise, costs to be cut, and the end of unsuccessful movies, vis-a-vis different flops from Marvel, and not just Marvel, from Pixar as well. Now, Jim highlighted some of Peltz's plans for Disney, like a smooth CEO transition and linking pay more closely with performance, aiming for better profit margins, especially coming from streaming services, and ensuring the theme parks are making good money. So in other words, you make up the amount of money that you put your work into, okay? And with that being said, Nelson Peltz is right. No more of, trying to go ahead and get an earning based off of your race, gender, and creed and other stuff. It's about marriage right now. It's about how well you can get the job done. Okay. Now, Jim can't believe that Netflix is outperforming Disney given Disney's brand and theme parks, but he's impressed by Peltz's past work on other boards, helping companies to avoid bad decisions as well as to improve. And Jim also sees potential in Disney that he believes Peltz can unlock. Okay. Now, despite Disney's recent efforts to turn things around, including cost cutting by CEO Bob Iger, who's back at the helm, as we all know, Jim feels more pressure is needed to address the stock's long-term slump. A recent earnings report shows some promise thanks to the efforts on sparking a stock rally. But the issue with that is the fact of the matter is Bob Iger had a bunch of good things to say for the board members as well as the shareholders and stuff, giving them different promises and stuff that he might not be able to keep. Okay, now Peltz had previously paused his campaign to join the board, giving Iger a chance to fix things, as we remember. But with continuing issues, he's now officially making his move. Now, Jim agrees with Peltz that Disney's management and board oversight are lacking. In other words, lacking management in general, which has hurt the stock's performance. A pain felt by the club as longtime shareholders. Okay, fans have had a few victories over Disney in the past years. Yes, we have. For example, Universal Studios managed to beat Disney in 2023 box office for the first time in 8 years, which includes the movie Super Mario Brothers, okay, and Oppenheimer. And this just goes to show that even the House of Mouse can't always come out on top, okay? Now, in the theme park world, on the other hand, Disney has actually faced some challenges as well. The opening of Universal's Epic Universe in 2024 has fans buzzing with excitement, and it seems that Disney might have stepped have to step up their game to keep up with the competition. So the only way that they can step up with their game is to not go woke anymore. Take that out, okay? Also, take your leaders and stuff for Pixar, Lucasfilm, even Marvel Studios, get them out. And also, replace Bob Iger as well, okay? Now, on the political front, Disney had a bit of a showdown with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over parental rights in the education bill as well. So, while the outcome of this battle is still up in the air, it's clear that the fans and the public are paying close attention to how Disney handles the situation itself, okay? Now, Disney's marketing team seems to have had a rough time lately, as they've been, missing the mark when it comes to targeting the right audiences for their movies. It's like they've been trying to sell ice to a penguin, or worse, trying to convince a cat to take a bath. All right, so they definitely did mess up with marketing because of the fact that flop after flop and flop, they were aiming for at the wrong target demographics. Okay, the core audiences are parents, men, as well as a few other women who enjoy the original comic book series and Star Wars movies. Okay, and Disney did fail with that. Now, for example, the Marvels and the Princess and the Frog, for example, both movies had great potential, but the marketing strategies left audiences scratching their heads. It was like they were trying to sell comedies to people who enjoy horror movies. Now, someone also say that Disney's been trying to fight or social engineer their way into success, but seems to me that their efforts have been backfired like a poorly timed joke at a funeral. What's the result? Back-to-back box office disappointments and flops have left the House of Mouse looking for more like the House of Mousetrap. Now, maybe it's time for Disney to go ahead and take a page from their own playbook and remember that sometimes the simplest approach is the best. After all, even a mouse can learn a new trick. Am I right? Now, it seems also that Disney's recent embrace of woke culture has a huge impact on the company itself. And in this past year, last year, Disney has faced challenges in the form of different declining park attendance as well as dropping stock value, where they lost over $159 billion in stock value. Okay, now this has also been a part of the combination of factors, including the company's political stance and its shift towards a more progressive content. Now, some critics argue that Disney's focus on diversity and inclusion has alienated most of its audience, okay, leading to a big decline in viewership and park attendance. Others point out to the company's financial performance, with Disney reportedly losing billions of dollars in recent years. But it's also important to consider that the broader context of these issues, the entertainment industry is undergoing a rapid change, as they claim, and many companies are struggling to actually adapt to the different new technologies like AI and shifting the consumer preferences. It's also possible that Disney's, challenges are not solely the result of its woke approach, but rather a combination of different factors, okay? But the impact of woke culture in Disney is a big issue. While some may actually argue that it has had a negative effect on the company, others see it as a necessary step towards a more inclusive and diverse future. But the fact of the matter is, Disney is still losing money. Okay, no matter what changes they've made and stuff, they've made a lot of changes except the right change. Okay, Disney, like any other major corporation, faces fair share of challenges in the past years, and even in 2023, Disney stock has taken a hit in its value. All right. So yeah, it's basically an uphill battle here for Disney and everything. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Do you think that what do you think it would mean for you that Jim Cramer, someone from a liberally biased news station or conglomerate, backing a conservative activist shareholder, or investor? Because y'all know me, I'm Team Peltz all the way. All right, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts about this in the comments as well. How do you think the proxy battle is going to turn out, too? Do you think that Nelson Peltz, as well as his nominees, are going to win those seats and stuff? Who are you aiming for to win, or who do you want to win? Okay, so let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Also, be sure to like this video and smash the like button and share far wide across social media if you enjoyed what I said in the video. If you enjoyed all the content out there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.